you can do it anywhere. Call me, I can get it juicy for you, set the camera up. I can make a movie for you.
I used to drive that all white Beamer. I had to get that Porsche because it was cleaner. Now I'm about to throw foes on that bitch. I'm in a police stomach, jumping foes on that bitch. Then if one fight, then we all fight. Nigga on sight, nigga, I'm a real one. You do whatever for the fan. You make me wanna click, clap, bang, nigga. I could be your boo thing, not your hubby. All the bitches love me, all the bitches love me. If I had 100 dicks, I had all the bitches fuck me. YG in the Porsche getting burned from a slut that I cracked on the bus, so I don't give a fuck, nigga, what? Mustard on the beat, so you know we getting put. Fuck like I've been watching Pornhub on.
God know you want this dick. 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 Give it to you like bam, 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 bam.
Maybe I should drink the whole fifth. Niggas always eating no shrimp. I ain't used to smoke heavy, now I gotta keep a whole zip. Niggas gotta eat, don't slip. Mustard on the beat, so don't trip. My flows just be making hoes sick. I fucked the last week, she come quick. Everything you see, you don't get. Get some head on Twitter. Now nigga, that's crackin'. I'm a baby mama killer. Your bitch, she can get it. You text the bitch, she been like, babe, I'm just chillin'. My daddy was a ratchet. I sleep with a ratchet. Break a bitch back. I don't need no practice. This is bro bitch king. Suckers in the magnum. You ain't a rich bitch in the magnum. Bop. Bop, bop, believe them. Bop, took a bitch down in the set. Your bitch get around in the set. I get the bitch down in the set. The bitch got the set on her neck. I fuck the bitch down in the set. On the side till I die, I'm a G though. Studio looks something like a free show. I was trying to strap up, but I didn't listen. Now I gotta take another trip to the clinic. I got bitches. Life is too short, I'm happy I'm not living.
I like bitches.
I like sitting on 24 inches. I like weed and I like trap. I do me, fuck what y'all think. That's enough of the ratchet activities. YG, J. Cole, Moneybagg Yo, Scare Money. I don't know how this is going to sound. I've been following YG for a really long time. I've been listening to his music since around Just Read Up time. Then he had to follow up with Just Read Up 2. We still have yet to get Just Read Up 3. I don't know what the problem or the pushback is with that project coming out. My Crazy Life will always be a classic YG album in my opinion. His storytelling and delivery on that album was just great, along with good production. I really enjoyed how he would illustrate certain things that would happen on the album, as well as some of the features and what they contributed towards the album. Then I had Still Brazy. That was a really interesting follow-up for him. Still Brazy had a big anthem on it, Don't Come to LA, where he was just letting people know that LA is not safe. A lot of out-of-towners just want to be from the city. They want to see what we have going on. They don't understand the culture, don't understand the gang life. This came right after a time that YG had been shot. He was shot leaving the studio, I believe. During the time of him making Still Brazy, YG already had a big following of people. Then he came out with Fuck Donald Trump, which just took everything over the limit. A lot of people who followed Trump and was fans of him and supported him, they had a lot to say about that. I believe the song made sort of kind of national news also. A lot of people didn't endorse Trump. I'm not gonna go into a whole Trump rant. He had the late, great Nipsey Hussle on that song as well. Rest in peace to Nip. If anybody's from LA, like I'm from LA, they know that losing Nip was a big piece to YG and as well to the city as a whole. After he made that album, Stay Dangerous was the next project to come out. I didn't quite enjoy the album as much as I wanted to. Some songs did it, some songs didn't. It was one of those projects that I listened to a couple times. I gave it a try. I tried to go back and re-listen, but it just did nothing for me. But it was still a good project all in all. I think YG just didn't get back with Mustard at that time because they had been going through some beef and stuff, and YG was already going through a change. I think that if he would have took a little more time or not went in the change of fashion that he did, because the way YG dressed at that point was just hideous. I think that also the cohesive project just had a lot of different things that he wanted to talk about, and the way he tried to get them across just didn't sit well with me in the ways that I'm normally used to him rapping or used to him conveying messages over projects. It just didn't do anything for me at all. YG's last project to come out, For Real, was really a redeeming album for me after he released the previous project, Stay Dangerous. I felt like he touched back with his roots. He got back to who he was. He did the same things that he used to do when he first came out. I enjoyed that a lot. Good features on this project, including Valee, Boogie. Tyga even had a really good verse to me. Kamaya came through big on this project. She had 2 features on here. One with G-Eazy and then one with Ty Dolla $ign that really was just enormous. I think that YG is going to do exactly what he did with this last project. He's going to come through. He's going to do what he has to do. I'm really interested to see how this single sounds. I'm really interested to see where he's going in the direction with this project. Let's jump right into it. YG, Scare Money, J. Cole, Moneybagg. Let's see where it goes.
How you naked on the ground, but in person you ain't short shit? Why you go against the game? You can't beat a nigga join you. Ain't tapping when you got the Cali, got your ass distorted. Brand new coupe on the streets, YG with a jig. YG lit, YG started business with your bitch. 50 bitches flew to Cabo, YG a trip. YG think he Kanye West, he got his own kicks. Whoa.
So far, already I can tell that this may not be something that I'm entirely go back to or that I'm going to like. The way YG's structuring the verse, he's trying to fit so much into the little verse, and if he just had his producer, which might have been Mustard, not too sure who produced this, if he had his producer extend out the instrumental and slow the tempo down just a little, 5 ticks maybe. Not saying YG's performing a bad verse right now, but it's just not what I wanted to hear or what I expected to hear.
Flick, Tony, bring the YG sneakers in the Louboutin kicks. Red bottoms cause the blood bled out of all damn. If I'm missing 400, man, got them all damn. I was thinking about walking up a stack of crates. But I was busy stacking cake. Don't think he Drizzy Drake, he got his own plane. Flew it all around the world and now I'm back, bitch. 3 cribs in the same neighborhood, I'm that rich. These niggas play they gotta make it on the shade room. Meanwhile, I made it on a bitch, I'm hella paid room.
J. Cole mentioned in the shade room, then he's just flexing right now. J. Cole is doing what the verse needed him to do. J. Cole was doing what the song needed him to do. He's just talking his shit. He's really bragging, and YG was bragging at the same time, but YG was bragging different. And his different brag didn't hit the same way that J. Cole's is. You gotta come in and talk that shit like you really know you that nigga. Cause if you know you that, never mind.
Talking like you live, your bitch better not be ugly. Pull up with a 10 waist, slim ass chubby. $500,000 on my neck. Who I'm niggas like Zion when he bust out the shoe. See that little switch on the block, you can't shoot back when we start shooting. Thugging on the block with YG said trip on my pockets blue. DVDs, cost some cheese, Reese's, I bet on you. Fucking hunch, you know shit like when I talk country, who you with? Big speaker, yeah, big shit, talk a hoe. Had your cats together, cost some white beef for a truffle, both $7 for.
I definitely can say that YG was outperformed by J. Cole and Moneybagg Yo on his own song. Let's just start there. Secondly, YG isn't giving anything new, which is completely fine because there's no way for him to reinvent himself. He has to be YG, he has to be hood, he has to be who he is, and that's a great part of who he is. That makes him who he is. On the flip side, if YG could come through on the beat and give ratchetness on this song while still bragging about maybe a couple cars, what's on his neck, his wrist, what he bought his girl, what he didn't bought for his kids. If he comes through and delivers that type of rap, I think this song would be a little more enticing and a little more appealing to listen to. Other than that, YG did exactly what he needed to do. I don't think that this project is going to be bad per se off of this single. I still think he's going to do phenomenally well with this project that's coming up. There is no release date. There's no name from what I know of. We're just waiting. I'm not too worried about his sales and him not going #1. Because of who may drop at the same time that he drops, I feel he's still gonna go #1 that week. I would love to get a Kendrick verse off of this project somewhere. This was particularly a good song, matching up with people that I would never expect to hear YG rap with, such as J. Cole. J. Cole was so deep in his bag with the off season, then it's turning around and dropping It's a Boy. Then he's gonna turn around and drop another project after that. I believe it's gonna be called The Fall Off. But although all of those things are happening, J. Cole came in sounding more confident on this song than YG. Moneybagg Yo delivered exactly what Moneybagg Yo delivers every single time. He's gonna give you a couple ad-libs, he's gonna make a couple sound effects, he's gonna talk about the money that he got in his account. He always talking about having sex. I'm actually excited. I'm really excited to see what YG does with this. I will say this isn't what I was expecting at all, but I'm grateful that I have something. Maybe after a couple listens, I'll see how it grows on me, but for now, I don't care for it too much other than listening to J. Cole and Moneybagg's verses again. I'll go through again just to hear YG rap about it again in his verse and see if he's giving me anything differently. The hook is halfway decent. The standout thing about this is really the production and the features. Scare Money, YG. I guess we just gotta wait for a release date for this project. Now that that is over, I'm gonna go tap into something differently.